I had no idea she had my vehicle when I was incarcerated.
In for a surprise after getting out of jail.
Mr. Swagger had me sell the vehicle because he owed me some money.
You remember that conversation?
That never happened, Your Honor.
Of course not. Sit down.
Yeah.
Now, a bumpy ride is ahead.
He told me to print up a bill of sale and write his name on it.
You remember that?
No, Your Honor.
Nah.
Judge Judy.
Bird, before I start asking some questions, would you look up the book value of a 2002 Ford Expedition? Mr. Swagger, for how long were you incarcerated?
Almost a year, Your Honor.
From when to when?
From April to January 1st.
And how long did you know Miss Virgil?
Several years, probably 10 years.
And you were the owner of a 2002, at the time you were incarcerated, Ford Expedition.
Yes, ma'am.
Who did you leave in charge of that car?
My son was driving the car for work.
Now, I'd like you to tell me what you know, Mr. Swaggart, about how Miss Virgil got possession of your car.
At this particular day from...
I'm talking about while you were incarcerated.
Oh, I had no idea she had my vehicle when I was incarcerated.
How and when did you find out that she had your vehicle?
I received a letter approximately January 6th from the...
That was after you were released from prison?
Yes, I was released January 1st. January 6th, I received a letter from American Family Insurance.
May I see it?
I didn't bring that actual letter with me, no.
Well, then don't tell me what the letter said.
Okay.
When you got out of jail, where did you go?
Home.
Didn't you miss your car?
Well, the car had a title lien on it, so I assumed that while I was incarcerated, the lien company had repossessed it.
Because it wasn't there.
Right.
How much had you borrowed on the car?
$2,000.
Did you ever sign any document that indicated that Miss Virgil had any right, title, or interest in your 2002 car?
No, Your Honor.
How much is the car worth, Bird?
$2,293.
$2,293. Now, Miss Virgil.
Yes.
I want you to tell me how you first got possession of Mr. Swaggart's car.
I bought it from my witness.
From him? Mm-hmm. Tell me your last name, sir.
Smith.
How did you come to sell Miss Virgil Mr. Swaggart's car?
Okay, first of all, Mr. Swagger had me sell the vehicle because he owed me some money for repairs for a vehicle. So I sold the vehicle to her, and that's something that he knew.
Okay, so Mr. Swaggart, who you knew,
Yes.
and you had done some work on another car of his? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh is not an
Yes.
answer. And you communicated with him in jail?
No.
Well, how did you communicate with him so that you had permission?
I recently talked to him. I talked to him once about him owing me the money for the car. I mean, for the owing me the money. So he told me, go ahead, sell the car and keep the money.
Well, tell me, sir, when you had that conversation. What month and year?
I couldn't really tell you offhand, but it was...
No, I want you to tell me on hand.
Look, it was...
Month and year.
Look, it was the end of last year.
And you spoke to him how? How did you have that conversation?
A three-way phone call.
Three-way phone call with whom?
With him. He called me on a three-way phone call. Somebody called, he called somebody, and they called him.
And he was in prison?
Yes.
You remember that conversation?
That never happened, Your Honor.
Of course not. Sit down. So you have somebody who you say is going to sell you a car that was worth $2,200
Yes.
for $500.
Yes.
That's a very good deal.
It is.
And when did you make this very good deal with Mr. Smith?
It was around Christmas of last year.
And when you made this good deal, you gave him $500 in cash?
I sent it through Walmart to Walmart.
And did you get a title?
No, he had a...
The answer is no.
Okay.
You just got the car. Mm-hmm. And where was the car?
In Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Where was it? In a house, in a garage?
It was at his house.
And you know him from?
I've been knowing him for about the same length of time I've known him.
How did you get the car from his house?
I got a ride to Green Bay and came and got it.
And then you drove it back to your house? Mm-hmm. That was in December?
Yes.
Did you drive the car in January?
Yes.
The whole month of January?
Yes.
Did you have an accident in January?
December 31st.
The same month that you bought it?
Probably like a week after.